Conquest versus Battlebeast. We finally, maybe, get to see it. Conquest versus Battlebeast has been a controversial topic for a minute. Because I didn't know Battlebeast was this strong, nigga. When I'm watching the show and then going back to the comics, it's like, bro, like they really did nerf my nigga. Now I'm not gonna go out and have a whole rant about that because I genuinely can. This nigga came down with the same pose, with the same line. Like, I know it was a joke, but he actually rehearses that. Even like with the monologue about, how I wanted to do this for so long. Like Conquest, that's a nigga that talk too much. I'm not gonna lie. We need to see a locked in version of Conquest when he's not on the brink of death. Man, I want to see him full health. I'm fighting at my best. I don't think we've ever got to see that. Like, nigga, when Mark was choking that boy out, I ain't gonna lie, he started digging his guts out. That was like a last, like the trump card of like, okay, I'm about to die, nigga. I'm about to make sure you die too, basically. But when he got his thumb bit off, and he was like, in his head, he was like, oh, I might really die. I think this is great because I don't think that Conquest will look at Battlebeast as an inferior like being at all. So maybe this could be a good representation of a locked-in version of Conquest that we have never seen. Because all we seen was two situations, not once, twice. When all of this is kind of fresh in my head because I just rewatched that original fight, Conquest versus Mark, yesterday for no reason. I was just bored, and I was just like, bro, like, it wasn't like Mark was just getting beat up the whole time. It was some waves when this nigga was kind of on the upper end. I feel like Conquest could be on paper, he's a fraud because like he almost died the first time. He literally almost died. Then the second time you get choked out, right? I'm gonna just make the hot take now. I was gonna wait till later in the video, but I just want to talk about it right now. That if Eve with prep time and at full health, I ain't gonna lie, she would have been a real problem for Conquest. And let me tell you why. I don't say things without context. Eve woke up out of a hospital bed, looked at the news, and said, yo, my boyfriend is fighting a nigga right now. With no further context. And she was giving this nigga Conquest work for like 40 seconds. I don't care what you say. Nigga, she was doing all type of tricks we'd never seen. And this was her on one leg, my nigga. On one leg. She had a little robot leg, my nigga. She over here making armor. Why am I still getting text if I just put it on mute? Why? We can't just sit here and act like Conquest is that. You know, we know some niggas that put hands on him. This video is going to talk about how the possibility of what could happen in the next chapter, based off what we know. And on paper, from what we've seen in the show, Battlebeast is a much more formidable opponent. Because think about it, bro. They put this nigga Battlebeast in space, bro. And he was still giving niggas work. And he's in space. And my nigga don't fight in space, bro. This nigga had a jetpack, gang. Come on, bro. They gave this nigga a jetpack, bro. So all of that fraud talking about Battlebeast, it has to stop, bro. And back on Eve, I'm telling you, bro, for 40 seconds, she was putting that nigga in a blender, bro. I promise you, jumble his brain up. I seen it was a clip, and she had this nigga in a water bubble. She was working this nigga. But obviously, she got tired, she got fatigued, because, nigga, she just woke up out of the hospital. She was injured, bro. But what if she had full health? What if she had prep time? What if she... Do you think she would have tapped in and locked in and been like, okay, I know what to do? Like, come on, gang. Like, we gotta be... Like, this thing hypothetically, bro. I think Eve could have possibly won. I know the niggas gonna comments gonna be like, oh, this nigga tweaking. I don't care. Looking at the information that's given, she is working this nigga, right? Because I've been talking about Conquest. We talk about his L's. We talk about his W's. Conquest is a beast, for sure. But what do we know about Battlebeast? I'm not gonna talk too much about it because it's spoilers. But the only thing I can and will say is that my nigga literally nerfed himself to be on Thrag's level. Like, he was like, any nigga like that, that's some real... First of all, that's real nigga timing. But any nigga like that thing is, he did that with Thrag, bro. This the same nigga that Mark literally tried to... He hit this nigga full force in the air and nothing happened, my nigga. This is him. This is that same guy. Like, there's no way we see that and we think that Conquest is walking all over Battlebeast. I promise you. I feel like Conquest a little sus too. I ain't gonna lie, because he was blowing kisses at Mark. We're not gonna forget about that though. Now, I got Battlebeast, but if we have a full locked in version of Conquest, I still got Battlebeast, bro. I'm not gonna lie, but I think it'll be extremely high difficulty if Conquest is focused without the monologuing. Because I watched this episode yesterday and I noticed something, right? And Eve started to get tired, and he knocked her lip off, and she was falling to the ground. Mark, he caught her, and he was talking like, "Oh, Eve, I need you." All the little Disney Channel, you know what I'm saying? You know how they get down, right? I try to know when that whole dialogue was happening. Conquest was sitting there just watching it, just looking at it, just watching. And then shortly after that, he says, "Oh, we don't have nothing like this at home." That's when he realizes what he lacks. And then that's why he gave him that whole monologue about how lonely he is. People don't really put that 2 and 2. Or maybe I'm just late to the party. Maybe y'all realized that before me. But it was literally after he watched Mark how much he cared about Eve, for him to notice, to be self-aware enough to notice, yo, I low-key don't have this. And then that's when he was like, yo, I'm so lonely, man. Niggas is scaring me up in Viltrum, which is not true. I'm the type of nigga to call out some cap. Nigga, that's cap. Them niggas is not scared of you up there, boy. That nigga Craig slapped the spit out that nigga mouth when he was standing up to get on your knees, nigga. Nigga, you telling me that if niggas is scared of you, why Craig slap you silly? Why he slap you? Why would you on your knees looking pathetic to Thrag? If you was really like that, nigga, you stand up to Thrag. Nigga, if you really like that, don't tell all the other Viltrumites are scared of me. Nigga, that's not true. Cause say this though, I think Craig got a little confident because I don't see Craig slapping this nigga with Thrag not around. I ain't gonna lie. I think Conquest beats Craig very easily. First it was like, but then after like the second fight, I was a little like, dang, he really not that, you know what I'm saying? Like after seeing all that, and it's like this nigga just choked you out, like you got your full health back and everything, and you telling me this nigga just put his hands around your neck and said, I'm not gonna let go, and now you dead? Like what? Like it could have been more than that. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like realistically they should have had like a little 2v1 situation with Omni-Man and Mark versus Conquest. To me, that was kind of like Mark's doing on his own, was kind of like a representation of like a power scale. Like they wanted to show us how much stronger that Mark got in like the past 8 months to a year, whenever that junk happened. It's not like he was beating this nigga up. He just choked this nigga to death. Even while being choked to death, he was still working that nigga Mark. That's the crazy thing about it too. I say though, I think that in the show, I mean, Battlebeast is gonna get more showtime with his fights, obviously, but I feel like I wish they could have done more with him already, like so I can really have a good based opinion on like, yo, Battlebeast did this and that. But like I feel like the first time we seen Battlebeast fight, it was like what, season 1, my nigga? Like they wasn't even like, and he was boxing, but like we didn't really see much after that. It was real quiet, bro, real quiet. So fights, the space fight, I don't even consider that a dub because Allen got nerfed, Battlebeast got nerfed, everybody got nerfed, nigga. Anyway, I hope y'all been well. I hope y'all been good. Hope y'all been taking care of yourself, and I appreciate y'all for sticking around and watching my videos. I just want to say thank y'all for the people that support my TikTok. Your Ghetto Sensei. I'm rebranding that as the new TikTok account. I was making videos on there when I was like 17. As I got older, I'm like, I just stopped doing that because I got older. But I think I want that account to be capitalized again. So yeah, check that out if y'all want to. If not, I don't care. Have a good life anyway, and I appreciate y'all.